Saints' very own North Country boy Danny Higginbotham has a pedigree that any professional footballer would covet. He learnt his trade amongst some of the best players in the world, has already figured in the Champions League, has racked up transfer fees of £3.5 million and played for 3 different Premiership clubs. But for Southampton's adaptable defender, that's not where the footballing story, or indeed the memories, begin.
Playing for a team in Altrincham near where I lived called Stamford Lads, and playing for a manager called Peter Lee, and I think it was the under-10s or something, but he said he'd give me a game, and I think it was only 6 or something, so I come on with about 5 or 10 minutes to go, and I was just stood there just looking at my football kit, just really proud to be wearing it, and we scored, and I lined up with the other team, not knowing what was going on. I was just really happy to be on the pitch, so that's probably my earliest football memory, really. My dad played football, not at such a high level, he played in the army and that. My brother had always played non-league, and just really since I've been young, it's always been there, and thankfully and luckily I took an interest in it.
So, born into a football-mad family, it wouldn't be too long before his talents were spotted and then moulded by the team he grew up watching.
You're a Manchester lad, Manchester fan.
Not very normal, that is it. I think I was about 9 at the time. I was actually at Manchester City. I'd been there for a few months, and Brian Kidd, who was the coach then, I think he was a youth team coach at Man United, he just approached my dad and he just asked him, he just said, what colour's your house, sort of thing, and my dad just said, well, we're all reds, and he says, well, what are you doing at Man City? And then just got invited to go down to United, and then obviously I was there for about 12 years before I moved on to Derby County.
Danny made his United debut aged 19, and in the week he signed a new contract. All seemed rosy for the local boy made good, but 6 months later he was on his way to Belgium of all places.
I just got approached one day by, I think he was the reserve team manager from Manchester United, a fellow called Jim Ryan, and he just said to me, he said they've started like a setup with Royal Antwerp, and just asked me if I'd be interested in going over. It was a good experience for me, and it was obviously I wasn't really going to be involved that year in the first team at United, so I said, well, I'll go over and have a look. And I went over, and I met everybody there, and they were really welcoming, so I just thought I might as well do it. I was only a young lad at the time, single and no children or anything, so I thought it'd be a great experience for me.
It proved so, but on his return it was clear he wasn't in Alex Ferguson's long-term plans. Danny jumped at the chance to join Derby County, where he really cut his Premiership teeth, alongside his close friend Rory Delap, both of whom have since swapped pure white for red and white. Ironically, Danny made his Derby debut against the Saints.
Yeah, it was 2-2. It was my debut, like I say, it was my debut, and it didn't go very well at all. I'd been used to being at United and played a few first-team games there, and as a defender you didn't really have to defend. And all of a sudden I played for Derby my first game against Southampton left-back, and I felt really out of my depth for a while until I got my feet, and then I felt all right, and then ended up being a centre-half.
A season of survival and then the heartbreak of relegation with the Rams saw Danny reassess where his future lied. It was Gordon Strachan and the Saints who came calling.
I'd been aware from my agent that there was interest from Southampton from maybe September, October time, and I knew there was interest there as there was from other clubs, and then as the time was getting closer I was beginning to hear things that they were thinking of putting a bid in, but obviously I never had any contact with the manager because you can't really go about things like that. And then it was on the last day really when they agreed a fee. It had been going on for 2 or 3 weeks, and like I say, the last week it came off and I came down. No disrespect to Derby, but I was just really desperate to get away back to the Premiership if I could. And Southampton, when they came calling, it was a great club. I had a few friends that lived down there already, and it was just a great opportunity for me to move here, to come to a great club.
The team spirit here is what he thrives on.
Yeah, it's great. I think that's what enables us. Obviously, we've got some great players, but I think the team spirit within the squad helps the team to do better each season, because I know the lads would die for each other out there when we're on the pitch.
Danny Higginbotham is pure commitment. He's not always played in defence, but it is his true love.
No, I wasn't. I was a left winger until I was about 16, but I don't know, I really enjoy defending. I know you don't get the glory and everything, but I really enjoy my defending and all that, and playing against some of the top players in the world.